Bethesda's long-rumoured The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remake is reportedly due to be formally unveiled very soon, with signs pointing to a possible release before June. The Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remake 2025 is allegedly bringing us is different from Skyblivion, the astonishing fan-made creation that's recreating Oblivion in the Elder Scrolls VI Skyrim. This is one officially coming from Bethesda, though not made by it. This is everything you need to know about the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remake. I'm using footage from Skyblivion for this video. Yes, I'm aware of the irony, so please go support the Skyblivion team on YouTube because as you can see, the stuff they're doing is just incredible. Word of an Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion remake first surfaced in 2023, when a former employee of the Chinese studio Virtuos posted to Reddit claiming it was in the works. The post has since been taken down, but the identity of the user was verified by mods and, using a leaked internal document that I will get onto next, they were right on the money. Keep an eye out for an Oblivion remake trailer because it surely can't be that far away. References to an Oblivion remaster were spotted in a leaked internal Microsoft document from 2020. The document was unintentionally revealed during the company's court battle with the FTC. The leaked document in question was actually a presentation that focused on the ZeniMax acquisition, which listed unannounced games Bethesda were due to release. The Oblivion remaster was originally set for fiscal year 2022, but as I'm sure you noticed, 2022 came and went without any announcement. Dishonored 3 was also mentioned in the presentation, by the way. Sick. Earlier this year, a Virtuos technical art director updated their LinkedIn profile to highlight their work on a mysterious, unannounced Unreal Engine 5 remake. Now it's 2025 and more talk of a remake emerged, again from a former Virtuos employee. Using a website owned by a former Virtuos employee, MP First found mention of the employee working on the Oblivion remake from 2023 to 2024. So, from henceforth, here's everything that was found on the anonymous employee's website. The description of the Oblivion remake sounds like it was brief, but it did provide some solid details. The first one is that it's being developed using Unreal Engine 5 and will be, quote, fully remade. So, this isn't a remaster, it's a complete remake from the root, meaning we're getting much more than fancier graphics, although the jank graphics are part of the charm of Oblivion, if you ask me. Maybe there'll be a classic mode where you can switch back into what Oblivion would look like if it was just remastered. That means that the Oblivion remaster, originally mentioned in the Microsoft vs FTC documents from 2022, was eventually upgraded into a full-on remake, meaning we're getting much more than just Oblivion Unreal Engine 5 version. I had a look in the comments on Eurogamer to see what our own readers think of the news, and found this remark by Hot Black Desiato to be especially relevant. They point out that although, quote, it seems outsourced, it's not a great look to have all this work to the creation engine for Skyrim, Fallout, Starfield, etc., and not have the Oblivion remake in it. I would think that would have been simpler, but I guess not. Ravine, also in our comments, responded by saying that this Oblivion remake is likely the same as the GTA remasters, with the old game engine running on top of Unreal, which handles nothing but the rendering layer. The setup would provide little benefit for the later titles. Oblivion and Fallout 3 were the last ones still running in NetImmerse, and have many big rendering issues. It'd be practically impossible to upgrade them fully to the creation engine too, so renderer replacement it is. Do you agree? And why do you think Bethesda outsourced the remaster to Virtuos? I assume it's a simple case of not having the manpower to work on it in-house, but I could be missing something. Let me know in the comments as I am intrigued. Oblivion gameplay is changing too. There were very brief descriptions of 6 gameplay systems that will be reworked on the anonymous employee's website: blocking, sneak, stamina, the HUD, hit reactions, and archery. I hope they're also fixing the leveling system too. Okay, settle in for this explanation. Enemies in Oblivion scale with your level, but 90% of people who play Oblivion aren't able to level up their stats in the same hyper-efficient way for their own character as the game does, so end up being massively underpowered. On the basic level, this means that as you level up, because your stats probably aren't finessed to the last atom or using a spreadsheet, you don't get the max health increase, but the enemies will. An RPG procrastinator through and through got humbled during the potato bread quest, and found almost all enemies kicking my ass from that point on. So, let's hope that they fix the levelling system, otherwise this is going to be one hell of a bumpy ride for new players. Blocking is changing too, as the original blocking system was considered boring and frustrating, according to the anonymous Virtuos employee, not my words. Inspiration has apparently been taken from Souls-like and ACT or ACT games, the latter term probably being short for action games. But what does that actually mean in real terms? Probably that the remake is going to incorporate the blocking and parry system from Souls-like games, where if you hit a block at just the right time, you can open up your enemy to a riposte or stagger them with a perfectly timed parry. Sneak is undergoing a change too. Sneak icons are now highlighted in the improved sneak system, whatever the f that means, and sneak damage calculation methods have been reworked, presumably so they're not overpowered. Level up Sneak enough in Oblivion and you can actually get to the point where your one-handed melee weapons deal 6 times as much damage when you're sneaking, which is a very high number. Players also figured out that the damage dealt is determined by whatever weapon you have equipped at the moment damage hits, as it were. So, you can get the maximum 6 times sneak attack bonus when firing an arrow at a target if you switch to a melee weapon just before the arrow strikes, which is literally broken, so I'm guessing they fixed that. It honestly sounds like, from all the news stories about the Oblivion remake, that Virtuos are aiming to reduce the frustration caused by the old systems. The word frustrating is mentioned again when it comes to discussing how stamina has been reworked in the original website of that employee I mentioned. Knockdowns that occur when the player's stamina is depleted are more difficult to activate in the remake, allegedly, and tweaks have been done to the calculations that determine when these knockbacks happen. Not much to say here. The HUD has been changed to make it easier to understand and more aesthetically appealing to young players. What the hell does that mean? I assume it means that it's got rid of the jank, the charming jank that was in the old Oblivion systems. Although that's heresy, I quite like those aesthetics, honestly. NPCs' reactions to being hit by the player have been changed too, as has the reaction of the player to being hit by NPCs. I know that's scraping the bottom of the barrel of things to mention, but it's one of the few things we know for sure, so there it is. Archery has been revamped too to make it, quote, more playable and modern in both third and first person viewpoints. Again, kind of nebulous what that means. It sounds like someone's trying to put a lot of words into quite simple overhauls of the gameplay, but if you think you have a theory about what that could specifically mean for Oblivion, do let me know. Aside from it just looking more pretty, I guess. Despite all this chatter and the increasing amount of leaks, Bethesda's lips have remained firmly sealed. That might be about to change, however, according to multiple reports. Nate the Hate, an insider with a strong track record of accurate Microsoft leaks, took to social media to say they expect an official announcement either this month, in March, or next month, April. This video is coming out in March, so that means the Oblivion remake may be with us very soon indeed. Nate the Hate offered a revised release window, having previously claimed the Oblivion remake would launch this June, but now they say it's likely coming sooner. Lending further credence to Nate the Hate's claims, VGC says it corroborated the report with its own sources, adding it's heard the game may even release as early as May. And that's everything you need to know about the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion remake. Have you heard any other rumblings on the internet about when it could be with us or what it features? Or do you have any theories of your own about what could be changed in the remake? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, please feel free to chuck it a like and subscribe to Eurogamer for more videos about video games almost every single day. Now, I'm gonna go and do a quick check-in on Skyblivion, the beloved fan remake mod that's remaking Oblivion within Skyrim, so I'll see you folks next time.